Hi guys, today I'll be letting you know on what you should know about women honeypot, women VG, right? That is my topic on today's video, alright? Why you should bang her without mercy. So stay tuned. If you don't know anything about women VG, if you don't know anything about women honeypot, alright, you need to pay attention in this video so that you have the knowledge about women VG, alright, women honeypot. And if you know this secret, if you know this thing I'm about to say, it will help you in future. It will help you in dealing with women that comes your way, whether with big backside, whether with big VG, or whether with deep honeypot. Alright, when you have the knowledge of them through this video and these things I'm about to say, it will help you a lot. So number one thing you should know about your woman honeypot is your woman honeypot doesn't need gentle touching, gentle banging. Alright, when you are through with your woman in the foreplay, alright, you have done all the necessary things needed, alright, in the things of the outside room. What is needed again, what is requiredness is banging, alright, and in that banging process, you don't need to take it gently. Alright, you need to bang it in a way that she will feel it. She will know that something indeed is trusting inside her VG, that something is going in and out of her VG, right? You don't need to take it gently on her. Then, when you are taking it gently on her, she will assume that you are a novice. You don't know what you are doing, alright? She will not feel relaxed. She will feel uncomfortable because she is not getting what you are doing, and it's a blast on your face when you are doing something and the woman is telling you that she is not feeling it. You have to manhandle it. You have to trust it with fastness, alright? When you start with that slow motion, slow trusting, at a time you fasting, you're trusting, you fasting and make it fast, alright? She will assume that yes, you know what you are doing. You know, there are the kind of knacking that doesn't require slow trusting. It requires hard trusting, it requires fast trusting. So when dealing with women, know when to apply it fast, because that VG, that honeypot doesn't need gentleness at times. Alright, so that is number one thing you should know about women honeypot and why you should bang it without mercy. Alright, so let's go to number two things you should know about women honeypots. We don't need, or we don't use soap, detergent to wash it or keep it clean. It has its own natural lubricant. Alright, so if you see any woman that is using soap or applying perfume, or maybe you want to bang her, you want to do something with her in the other room, and you perceive the smell of a perfume, know that something is wrong with her down below. Something is wrong with her Becus, because that Becus, that VG doesn't need anything detergent. Alright, it has its own cleansing lubricant. It has its own natural lubricant that will help in cleansing it, that will help in keeping it neat. Alright, so if you perceive any other smell apart from that natural smell, which is not offensive odor, know that she has infection. Know that her down below is not in order. She has to go and take care of herself. It has its own natural lubricant. It doesn't need detergent, perfume, or whatever to keep it neat or to make it smell nice. Alright, when you are healthy down there, everything will speak for itself. Alright, so that is number two things you need to know about women VG. So let's dive into number three things you need to know about women VG. Alright, it needs neatness. It requires neatness. Alright, it doesn't need a dirty finger. It doesn't need a dirty or rough palm. Alright, for you, you know that you always use your finger in her down below, so always keep your hands clean. Always cut your fingers to avoid dirty, to avoid being infected through that your finger. Alright, make sure that you cut your finger so that it will help in keeping that her down below clean. Alright, you know there are men that their palm is also rough, it's not smooth. Alright, while touching their woman, the woman will complain that the palm is very, very sharp. Please, I advise you, before you do anything with the woman, with your woman in the other room, please always rub it oil or use Vaseline to make it soft a bit. I know it's not your fault. Sometimes it's the nature of your work, all right? But in everything, always make it look soft. Apply Vaseline on it. Apply oil so that it will soften it. And when you are putting your hand inside her, or when you are caressing her body, when you are in a foreplay in that other room, it will correspond. But when your palm is sharp, she'll be feeling pain. You might even use it to wound her. All right. So that honey pot of a woman need cleanness, neatness. It doesn't need dirty. All right. So you as a man that are using your finger, always cut it down. Always put it in order. All right. It will help you in the things of the other room. I guess you learn a lot. I still remain your marriage and relationship coach. Please do well to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And don't forget to turn on the notification button so that when next I post a new video, you can be able to key in. See you in my next video.